Yeah, you guys really let it rip tonight, Coach.
Okay.
In all honesty, how nice is it to go into a little bit of a bye here, a little bit of a break off of the victory?
Yeah, I mean, we that first half, they're an explosive offensive team, and that first half to hold them to 21 points, that was terrific. And we have looked spectacular in sections of games. Now, a good team will extend that, and a good team will be able to do that over the course of a whole game. And some of that might be inexperience, some of that use, some of that the guy, eventually you got to sub and get other guys involved. Well, those other guys have to keep it at that level that we're playing at. And so that's the next step for this team, to be able to play those spectacular minutes over the course of 40 minutes. And that's in a nutshell where we are right now.
What do you think of the way Paris played tonight, getting some more minutes too when Justinian was out there in the second half?
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff going on tonight. Justinian sprained his ankle, and we had 2 guys foul out, and we had, there was a lot of chaos that we were kind of fighting, and then Marcus cramped up, and then, there was just a lot of, bedlam that we had to kind of play through, and the solid was Paris. He was terrific. Because those guys got quick hands and they're, strong bodies, and they get after the ball pretty good, and, he only had 2 turnovers all night long, and was 8 for 8 from the line at 20 points, and just was really, really good with the ball. That was an impressive night.
How's he been for you this season? I know a lot on his shoulders coming in, kind of stepping into the point guard role. How have you seen him this year?
Well, I think he wasn't a point guard to start out with, and he's becoming a really good point guard now. Tonight he looked like, the best point guard out there, running a team, and he doesn't have to shoot it a million times to get 20 points, so he's developing as a point, and we're just going to keep coaching him and keep making him better. And but I'm really proud of what he's doing and the effort he's giving to be coached and to try to get better, and it's paying off.
What was he doing early in the season where he wasn't there?
Well, the point guard's job is to make everybody around him better. That's the best point guard, and the best point guards win. And he's managing his team well, he's moving the ball the right way, and he used to be a 16 dribble guy and then try to drive it. Now all his drives make sense. They're just 2 dribbles and getting to the rim, where it's not watch me dribble and everybody else stand around. Now it's within our system, and he's making good decisions out of it. And he only made 1 or 2 bad decisions all night, and having the ball in his hands that much is pretty impressive.
Coming into the game, kind of the story with Northridge was they score a lot of points, they give up a lot of points. You guys were really aggressive early, Chandler specifically. Was that the game plan, was just to kind of get them in foul trouble?
But that's always pretty much our game plan. We want to go fast, and we're trying to find ways to go faster. And we had 47 at half, and we smoked about 3 or 4 lay-ins too. So, we could have 55, 60 points if we were really on it, because we didn't shoot great tonight either. So, 79, and we missed a dunk there at the end. But we did some really good things. But my biggest concern, because you're always going to have concerns, and my biggest concern with this team right now is it's not going over 20 minutes. It's got to. And if it does, then we got a chance to be a good team.
Yeah. How much do you guys have grown in these 11 non-conference games?
Oh, amazing amount. We weren't a very good basketball team. I think back to June 15th or whatever it was, and then that foreign trip. If you could have seen us on the foreign trip compared to where we are now, it's great progress. But we also, I think we started here, we got to here, and we have this much to go, because we've got, a young team that maybe that's part of some of those young guys that are getting some roles. They have to do a better job in their roles now to help this team extend it more minutes.
How tough is the Mountain West? And it seems like this year in the non-con so far, nobody's clearly ran away with this league or anything like that. Are you guys ready for the grind?
Well, you hit it on the head. It is a grind, and it's tough to win any games. And it's gonna be an interesting year. And the Mountain West is, you go out and we start one on the road, and it is a crusade to get a road win. and it's so hard to do in the Mountain West, and that's where we get to start on the 28th. And so our focus and our attention will be on that, But the good thing is now we've got a couple days to guys get to go home, enjoy their families, enjoy Christmas together, and then we'll regroup right after that, and then we'll head down to Logan. But I'm happy with the progress. I know we can make a lot more progress, and we're gonna be on them to make progress. We're gonna get after it when we get back.
With Paris, I know there's a lot of talk about Chandler working with Phil and stuff. Was there anybody that Paris kind of latched onto this over the summer and stuff? How'd you kind of see his off season go?
Well, again, one of the things, one of the reasons I brought Phil in is player development. I think he's one of the best in the world. Not just, I'm not just singing praises to sing praises. He's done an amazing job with them, and he holds these guys to a high standard and never lets up. And I think those guys have a instant respect for him because of his past and what he's done with other guys, and so they have a big buy-in. And I think that's been a big, huge part of it.
With Hutch, obviously showing he's ready to kind of lead here. Going into Mountain West Conference play, how much more confident are you? Seems like you guys have found this team's go-to guy. Right?
Yeah, but we have to be a team that a lot of guys can do it, and it's not just Chandler, and it's there's going to be, the thing when you get to league is everybody's locked into scouting reports and they know everything, and it makes it a lot more difficult. And so, that's where we have to have counters, and our guys have to know them, and they have to know, if they're going to gear up to guard Chandler, those other guys have to be able to step up and make shots and do their thing too, because you can't compete in this league with just one guy doing it. And the good thing about this team is we do have a balance that we can get to.
With what Jay was asking about the Mountain West, and looking, there's not that top 5 ranked team this year in the league. There's a lot of good teams, but
yeah.
It seems like the league's pretty wide open. Do you feel like going in, there's going to be a lot of teams that have a chance, and you guys are obviously one of them?
Yeah, I think it'll just be there'll be some surprises. There'll be some surprise teams, in both directions. Some teams may not be as good as they were picked, and other teams are going to be better than they're picked. And we hope to be one of those ones that can fight our way and scratch our way every night. And when the dust settles, we can be better than hopefully what we're picked.
Hutch was saying that he feels like when it comes to Mountain West play, it's kind of about you guys and focusing on what you do more than what other people do. Good mature mindset there. Or?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what I always tell these guys. Our staff spends a lot of time scouting and trying to give them, the answers to the test and know what to do and how to prepare. But the most important thing is our mindset and how we approach it and what things that we do. So, that we have to get a lot better before the 28th, before we play, on the road in the Mountain West.
What is the practice schedule like? I guess break, but when do they have to be back?
We come back the night of the 25th, so they get to travel that night. And then we regroup here, and then, practice here on the 26th, and we head down there on the 27th.
You guys spent that first month traveling a lot. You guys have been home for a little bit.
Yeah.
How tough is it to have to start conference play with 2 on the road?
Well, we don't. We have one. We start.
Oh, sorry. One,
yeah.
two of the first 3.
Yeah, 2 of the first 3 on the road. I like it, because you're dialed in whether you're home or road at the, at the start of conference. You're going to have to play the same amount anyway, so, everyone's going to be geared up to play conference games, and I don't mind starting on the road. So, I always love playing here at Taco Bell, obviously, but, we'll be focused in and we'll be ready to go, and we know how tough it's going to be.
You guys are 81-17 here under you. The Stayers the 81st. Just what is it about the home? Maybe not the biggest crowds, but what is it about playing at home that's led you guys to be successful?
I just think that this is a good place. This is a good arena, and we've had some great crowds here, and we have a good. It's a good place to play, and our guys defend it, and they take pride in playing here, and they take pride in playing in front of Bronco Nation. And hopefully we can get a huge crowd out for that first home game against Colorado State, because it helps us. It makes a big difference in how our guys, play. And as we get farther into the Mountain West, we need these big crowds to help us through, especially at the start of this thing, to give us some momentum.
Your fans love Larry.
absolutely do. So yeah, so that's what I love about it too. I mean, you look at our games with Larry over these last years; they've been unbelievable. I mean, you want to see a great game come for that one. And it doesn't matter what the records are with both teams, and every year it's just been unreal. And you get all kinds of good controversy that you get to see, and lots of fun.
Do you guys supply him with Diet Cokes? Or does he have to bring his own?
It would need a big, huge truck to supply him with the amount of he can drink. It's impressive.
You ever heard fans chant another coach's name? They must love him here.
Oh, they do. I love him. I love watching him, and he's a guy I really respect, and he's a heck of a coach. He gets the most out of his guys every single year, and that's the ultimate compliment you can give a coach.